Welcome everyone to another Wednesday night, the fundamentals to gain inner peace. And tonight we're doing number 60, and all the recordings are available, the past recordings on menachemberneval.com. The top left, there's a button there for all the recordings. If you want to join us, if you're a newcomer, join us on this journey. So last week we started with the self-care wheel. And tonight we're going to continue with one of the aspects, self-care, to be able to take care of yourself physically, see what you need, and see why it's so important for inner peace, for growth, to be able to be there for yourself. So before we get started, let's get grounded. Take a deep breath and become aware of where you are, where you're coming from, what your day looked like, how you feel internally. If you had a stressed out day or maybe relaxed, whatever it is, just become aware. And just being here is a form of self-care, just taking time for yourself, something that you enjoy, and you deserve to take some time off, even though many times some voice inside of us says, there's so much to do, why are you stopping? And then there are those who are doing things while they're listening because it's hard to totally stop. So yes, maybe for a half hour it might be hard, but you should find 5-10 minutes a day to be able to stop. It's something that we discussed many times, that it might be hard. But just the idea that it's okay to take some time off. It's okay to give yourself what you need. And tonight we'll learn more about it. So last week we mentioned the 6 areas. And again, it could be more than 6 or whatever it is. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, to be able to take care of yourself in all the areas, whatever you need, and professionally at work also. And it makes a difference. But really what it is it's all about self-care. And for self-care, we need to become aware of ourselves. We start becoming in touch, in tuned with who I am, with what I need. And that's a lot what we discuss. To have that inner peace inside of us, to be relaxed, to be okay with who we are. We need to become in touch, become aware of who I am, what are my beliefs, where do they come from. And no matter what's going on, no matter what's happening in my life, there might be a lot going on, but I'm still okay. So self-care in general, it helps you with your mindset to be able to do small things, small practices that help you with stress, happiness, to be physically okay, to physically feel good about yourself. And it could help you come out from depression and many more different negative emotions. Once you become okay with who you are, taking care of yourself. And that takes us also into the topic of inner child, what we discussed, to be there for that inner, whatever the inner need is, taking care of myself. And for that, you need to know, what do I want? What do I need? And it's a challenge for a few, for many, especially today's days. We want to be productive, busy, and to stop and to feel can be hard. And I know many people, when they start on this journey of self-care, if I ask them what's something small you would enjoy, they can't come up with anything. It's like, I don't know, I'm fine. somebody's going through a struggle, a hard time, whatever it is, and they're doing what they need to do, but to take some time off to regain some strength for themselves to continue. So take a few minutes off and do something that you would enjoy. Enjoy? Sometimes it's hard to become in touch. I would tell a person to go buy yourself an ice cream. They look at me like I'm crazy. Go buy yourself a cup of coffee. You deserve. I buy myself a cup of coffee anyways. I'm saying this is what I do. So the truth is, the same small act, if it's something you don't think about, then it's not part of self-care. Self-care is the deeper meaning. It's stopping, slowing down, and saying, what do I need now? What's that something small that's going to make a difference? And again, it could be something small, like go take a few minutes and buy yourself something. You deserve it. You'll enjoy it. And it takes time. It takes time. So the question is, why is it so hard for many to take some time off, to become in tune, to become in touch with what they need? So one of the reasons is, there's a few reasons, and we discussed a few. You become in touch with yourself, and it could feel selfish. I'm busy taking care of everybody else. I'm busy doing what I need to do for others, but to stop and take for myself, it's, I don't want to indulge. But if you don't realize how important it is for you to take that time for yourself so that you can be there for others, so that you can continue with whatever you need to do because you believe you have to do it, right? You can't stop for a minute, but you don't realize that if you stop, you'll be able to do it better. You'll be there. You'll be healthier. You'll be balanced. You'll be okay with who you are, and you'll be able to do whatever you need to do from a healthier place. It could be coming from a belief from society that it only looks good when we're productive, when we're achieving. If I stop and take a small walk, what are people going to say? What are people going to think? Some people might feel weak. They have to take some time off for themselves. I don't need that. I'm good. I'm strong. And then they say that they don't need it. But if you stop for a moment, we're all human. Some people, it's hard to admit, but some people, it's uncomfortable. That's slowing down, that's stopping, that becoming in tune to see what do I need, becoming aware of myself. It's admitting that I actually need something. How does that feel? We all need. We all have wants and needs, and you're okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You're still okay. And yes, you deserve. You can take some time off. You deserve to take some time off. I've spoken to many people at work. The only time they take off is when they go to the bathroom. And that's when they feel it. If you're stressed out, when you're stressed out doing work or whatever it is, the only time off you're taking is when you go to the bathroom, which is nice, but realize you need that time. You need some time, so you should be able to continue. And we'll discuss in a few minutes what are small ideas that you can do, whether it's at home, at work, wherever you are, those small ideas to become in touch, become in tune. And that helps with our growth, to become aware of who I am, even though in the beginning it's uncomfortable. But slowly you can say, I'm still okay. And we go back to that inner child. It wants, it needs, take some time off, be there for it. That means be there for yourself. And it's always important to remember, why is it important to take some time off? And this is what we discuss every week, every Wednesday night. Here we are. Now we're discussing it in the form of self-care, but really it's the word of self-awareness. to be able to take care of yourself, you become aware of who I am, what are the things I need, and to be able to slow down. And if I sit down a few minutes on the couch to take a deep breath, it doesn't show weakness. It doesn't show that I lack or I'm not efficient enough. I can take some time off because I know I need it, and that's the way I'll be able to continue doing what I need to do. So let's discuss what are some ideas to be able to take care of yourself physically. Number one is exercise. When do you do exercise? Do you do exercise? Everybody wants to do exercise. Everybody knows it's important. Question is if you actually do it. For self-care, it's very important to remember it's better if you do something small and you do it every day or as much as possible, than something big and then you find yourself not doing it. So the first step is to see, do I do exercise? And everybody knows exercise helps with your physical health, your mental health. It helps with stress. There's no reason why we shouldn't do exercise. The problem is we think we have to go to the gym every day for an hour, but that's not true. Even if it's something small. And there's an idea out there which is 2-minute exercise. And it could even be on your place where you work, or if you need to do it in the bathroom, you don't want to do it when people are around, but it's getting up, taking a 2-minute walk, if you could walk around physically. And if not, you can stay in one place and you pretend you're walking, you're stretching, you're moving. If you do that for 2 minutes, every hour you stop, you spend 2 minutes for yourself. You deserve 2 minutes for yourself every hour. Now you might say, well, I don't have time. I should stop every hour. You know, if you're working from 9 to 5, well, let's discuss till your lunch break, if you take a lunch break, if you believe you deserve a lunch break, which many people don't. But 9 to 1, if I take 2 minutes off every hour, it's going to break it up. I want to work straight. So let's be honest. How focused are you at work? Could you be focused from 9 to 1? How many times do you get distracted in different things? How many times do you get tired? So there probably are distractions anyways. You take off 2 minutes every hour, you might be more productive. So try it out. Again, it's something small. You don't have to go to the gym. You don't have to change your clothing. You don't have to take a shower afterwards. Stay where you are. Nothing has to change. It's putting in something small. And if it's easy, it can be consistent. And you can make sure that it happens. So that's one idea. How about jumping jacks? When you have time, some push-ups. Doesn't have to be a lot. Taking a walk. Again, small things that you can put into your routine. So that's basically exercise. How about, what does your sleep look like? Getting enough sleep can be a part of self-care. And you might say you don't have time. Giving yourself even another half hour extra if you need it. Making sure to have that half hour. Again, you deserve it. Take some time off, make sure that it happens, and make sure you get a good night's sleep. If you can't have it every night, aim for 1 or 2 nights a week because you deserve it, and it makes a difference. So stop for a moment and think, what does my night look like? Do I get enough sleep? Next is my diet. What do I eat? Do I have time to make myself a lunch or breakfast? Do I sit down to eat? Do I run? I'm always on the go. No time to eat. A chapanash, and that's about it. These are small things that you might think, what difference does it make? But this goes into the category of physically taking care of yourself. If you don't take care physically of yourself, how do you expect to be there in all the other areas, whether it's at home, kids, at work, if you're not taking care of yourself? Drinking pattern. How many cups of water? Nah, I don't need it. I'm fine. Okay, I hear. Where does that come from? Drinking is important. Taking breaks. If you need a rest, if you need to take some time off, you deserve it. And again, it's important. Now we can go to bigger things. How about getting a massage? Well, I never got one in my life. It's too expensive. Where do I go? Why do I need it? Just become aware of the questions that you're asking yourself. Once in a while, you deserve one. Try it out. See what it feels like. It helps you physically and emotionally and mentally. But we're discussing even physically. Basic, good hygiene, making sure you're taking care of yourself. Some people struggle with that. They don't believe that they need. But again, taking a shower, if you do it every day, it's beautiful, and you might not even think about it. It's part of your routine. If you can slow down, you can stop for a moment and say, you know what? I think it's a good idea. Let me take care of myself. I'm going to take a shower. Just by becoming aware, becoming mindful, it slowly goes from routine, not thinking about it, which is good, into self-care. You can stay there for another few minutes. You deserve it. You can take a warm bath if you enjoy it. Stay there for a few minutes. And it could be hard for many because there's so much to do and I have to continue. Or if I stop, I become aware of something that might be scary. Maybe myself. Spending time with myself is not always easy. And if you're aware of that, so you have to go back to the sessions that help you build yourself, to see the positives in yourself, so that when negatives come up, you'll be able to be there for yourself and not run away. So again, regular routine things, just by slowing down, becoming aware of it, goes into the category of self-care. Interesting study, not on topic totally, but this is more about mindfulness. They took a group of women or people that were working in hotels, and every day they were cleaning the rooms, changing over from one person to the next. That's what they were doing. So they took a group of people and they told them that you should just become aware that when you do that work, the physical work, it's actually exercise. That means you're actually doing exercise. That's it. That's all they told them. And then the result, after a while, they found that those people that were aware, they were mindful that they were doing exercise, were losing weight versus the others that weren't aware. Now, you could come up with your own idea why that is, but they were doing the same movements. In the room, out of the room, taking care of whatever they have to do, change the linen or the beds and clean up. The same movement as the other people, but they were losing weight because they were mindful that they're actually doing exercise. So becoming mindful, becoming aware of what you do can slowly change your act, whether it's exercise or it's self-care, that same act. So ask yourself these questions, or we can ask ourselves together. How often do I exercise? Or do I do exercise? Do I get enough sleep? Do I eat a healthy diet? Do I take time to eat healthy? Do I have time? You drink enough water throughout the day? Do I take breaks as needed? What's my hygiene practice? What are my habits? One thing that we didn't mention is medical care. Do you go for a checkup? Do you go take care of your concerns? Or you just put it away and say, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to take care of myself. It's too hard. Just become aware. And what activities do I engage in? What do I do for physical well-being? Like we mentioned, massage, could be exercise, small exercise or bigger exercise, going to the gym, doing some jumping jacks, something small, some movement. What do I do? It could be yoga. It could be very basic, even stretching. Take 2 minutes to stretch. It feels good. Your body needs it, and you deserve it. So because this is step number one of self-care, many people have a hard time taking care of themselves because they don't believe they deserve, or because they become aware of themselves, which can be hard for many. It's much easier to continue with routine and keep being busy, stop thinking, because when I stop thinking, who knows what comes up? So to be able to be aware of myself, taking care of myself, to believe that I don't, it's not indulging, it's not called selfish, you deserve. Many people, it could be because, again, the questions that we discussed a few weeks ago of the adults in their life maybe made them feel they don't deserve it. So they have that feeling that I don't deserve. But now as an adult, we're the adults. We're here to take care of ourselves, of the needs of the inner child, of our own needs, of our wants, to become aware, to become in tune. So that's self-care, taking care of yourself physically. And I just want to finish with a few affirmations that could help you for those who have a hard time taking care of yourself. Some positive affirmations you can tell to yourself while you do it, or if you see you're not taking care of yourself, start telling yourself these few affirmations so that you can slowly start believing that you deserve. So here we go. Number one, I am worthy of taking care of my body and honoring its needs. I am committed to making healthy choices for my physical well-being. I am grateful for the strength and abilities of my body. I deserve to feel good in my own skin. I am capable of achieving my physical goals with determination and self-love. I am worthy of rest and relaxation, and I make time for self-care every day. I am worthy of feeling comfortable and confident in my own body. So you get the idea, to be there for yourself, wherever you are, whatever's going on, you're okay. Take care of yourself. So that's it for tonight. Any questions, you can put them in the chat. I'll try to answer a few. And thank you very much for showing up, for taking care of yourself, for believing that you deserve some time off from your busy day so that you can take a deep breath and relax. Here's a very interesting question that I've heard before. You're not the first one to ask. When I do these small acts, will my life change? So again, I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know where you are. There could be a lot going on. And we discussed last week, there are people that are walking around blaming and saying there are so many things around me, people around me, that because of them, because of that, my life looks the way it does. And if that's the case, if everything around us controls the way we feel, then we're stuck pretty hard. We have to change other people. We have to change different situations, whether it's at work or at home. And you probably try to change already for years. If you have to change everything outer. What we're looking for is to stop blaming. Could be you're right, but what's something small that you can do to make a small difference? A small difference. So what it does is, first of all, if you give yourself a few minutes for yourself, then automatically already you're doing something that can make you feel better. So you're changing something. You're not changing your life, but you're changing something. You're planting some seeds, some good feelings. That's number one. Just seeing what's something small that I can do. Eventually, it's in your control. Till now, it might be in other people's control, other people. But once you see that I can do for myself, I can take some time off. And I deserve, and I could do something small that will make a difference in my life. That will put you on a new path of taking care of yourself. Slowly, you will be making your own decisions based on what you want, whatever is possible. Because till now, you're walking around saying, this is who I am, this is what my life looks like, because pointing fingers, because of this and because of that. So what should I do? And we feel like our hands are tied. So yes, it's empowering. We give you the power that it's in your hands. It's actually in your hands. But it's hard. If the past many years you've been walking around saying it's up to everybody else, and now I'm telling you slowly, wait a second, I'm putting everything on you, you might run away. I don't want that. It's much easier to be where I am because I'm comfortable. I've been here for many years, and just blame my situation, blame my circumstance, my social environment. What should I do? So we're doing it slowly. Again, self-care and becoming aware is with small steps, something small that works for you. And yes, it will change, not overnight and not your whole life, but it will give you some life, some empowerment, so you feel good, a little bit better with who you are and where you are. So thank you very much for coming tonight. Thank yourself for being here. This itself is an act of self-care, so you're doing it already. And continue seeing what's something small. Beautiful. Thank you for the feedback. If every day you take 5 minutes to walk, you'll have walked 35 minutes for the week. It adds up. Beautiful. Yeah, so let's not look at the full picture. Let's not look at how much time. It's small acts. If you can do 10 minutes a day, beautiful. But if you can't, if you stick to 2 minutes an hour, 5 minutes a day, give it to yourself. And one more piece before we go. When you're done that self-care act, you have to be there to encourage, to tell yourself, it worked. I did it. It feels good. Because that negative voice might say, big deal. What does this 2 minutes do? And if that's the voice, you're not going to do it. Now, these voices, some people are not aware of it. These are subconscious voices. See how you feel after you did it. Write down, what are your thoughts? Is your thought, wow, I did it, I feel so good? Or is it, I don't see any difference. I don't know. Not for me. Just become aware of it. And then, even if it's fake, I would tell people, tell yourself it worked and you like it, even though it might not be true. After a while, you'll do it. We need to do these acts. Again, find something you like, but let's say exercise, you don't like to do it. It makes a difference. We need exercise. Tell yourself it works. Tell yourself you like it, even though you don't. Sounds funny. Thank you very much. And I'll see you next week, Wednesday night, Menachem. Have a good night and a good week.